Hey, welcome or welcome back, if this is not your first video with me, to my channel where I mostly post sped up videos of me drawing things while I discuss asks from my comic, White Diamond Steven Universe, also known as Steven A Universe, and also known as Ask White, Pearl, and Steven. Perhaps a bit obviously, this is an alternate universe story of the show Steven Universe, in which Steven is a little bit different. Today, you're going to be watching me draw a promo poster for a section of the comic that has, weirdly enough, already finished. Yes, you heard that right, I'm drawing a poster for episodes that you may have already read. More specifically, this is a promo poster for the first 10 episodes of Season 5, which are now up for public reading on the website Tapas, where I post all the episodes. Now, you might be asking, Chekhov, why bother to draw a promo poster for the episodes which no longer need promoting, really? And I would commend you for that question, because it's a good one. But I have a confession to make. I had this poster planned since before Season 5 started. Initially, in fact, I planned to make 3 posters for the 3 arcs in Season 5. One for each set of 10 episodes. And yes, if you know math, by now you'll realize that this means Season 5 will have 30 episodes total. Anyway, I planned to do 3 promo posters, but only really sketched the 3rd one and then started releasing episodes, but the 3rd one isn't complete without the others, so fuck it, we're backtracking. This particular poster was inspired by my great need to draw all the gems sleeping on a big bed together, kind of Tetrised together like they are here, so we'll see how that turns out, and in the meantime, let's answer some questions that you all have been asking. Do you plan to explore more homeworld than the original show did? This one is a bit hard. Technically, the answer is yes, because I do plan to do a pretty large homeworld arc in a later season. The thing is, I don't know how big exactly it'll be and whether people will really interpret it as a homeworld arc. That seems really weirdly cryptic, I'm sure. What I can say is that I definitely want to explore more of Homeworld in general. The original show, unfortunately, had their plans cut short through no fault of their own. I really think it has potential, and I have a lot of fun ideas and scenarios I want to put out there, so if I get the chance, then yes, unequivocally, I will do it. How many seasons will White Diamond AU have? This kind of ties into the other question a bit, so I figured I'd answer it again, since I've already mentioned this in other places, but the comic will have 6 seasons. So far. That's the plan. I already have everything in Season 5 planned out, and Season 6 is conceptually pretty solid, though I don't have a lot of concrete plans for the in-between sections. I have the beginning planned out, which is a jumping off point from Season 5, and I do have the ending planned out, but the middle bit is a bit wishy-washy and is currently just big overarching plot points I know I need to hit, and nothing major. So, given all that, provided that Season 6 doesn't get so long and complicated that I need to branch it off into another 7th season, it'll be 6. Do you plan on doing every fusion? Nah. Just gonna get that out of the way. Nah. I don't have that much time and space, story-wise, to work with. I don't think you realize how many potential fusions there are, and I don't think the story will really benefit from having every fusion in it. I know that this is a really big fan service thing, so I understand trying to challenge yourself by designing every fusion, but that's not what my story is about, personally. There will definitely be new fusions that don't appear in the original show, but I'm not checking off boxes. I will just introduce whatever happens organically in the story, and that's all. Does Earl suspect Rose is Pink Diamond? This question seems to come up more and more often as Earl interacts with Rose more and more, which makes sense. I definitely pay deliberate attention to their complicated relationship. That being said, if Earl legitimately suspected Rose at this point, you would know. I don't mean to ruin the hopes and dreams of people who theorize. There are definitely things about the relationship which have changed, and Earl is considering Rose from new perspectives. But I find it hard to imagine that she would think of a big bombshell idea like that and just continue to casually carry on as if nothing happened. What is effectively going on is that Earl thinks Pink Diamond is back on Homeworld. She knows nothing about her shattering, and she is looking at Rose more carefully, thinking, what is your deal? She's also a lot less antagonistic towards Rose now, because the initial tension of their first meeting is gone, since Rose and Steven are very close now. But, no, currently she doesn't really directly suspect anything of the sort yet. Is there anything from the original show you plan to fix that you don't like? This is an interesting question. I think it's well-intentioned, but it's a misunderstanding of my comic as a whole. I'm not making this comic to fix anything. Steven is not the way he is because I think it's more interesting or more compelling. I am simply exploring plot ideas and having fun in this sandbox because I love the sandbox. I love Steven Universe. I think it's a great show. Is it perfect on all accounts? No, no show is, but for me, with the things it's done, it's fantastic. It's not something I want to fix, it's just a playground that I want to play on. So I don't really ever think of anything I do or write as fixing. There are aspects I want to explore in the story that the original didn't get a chance to, but that choice served canon as much as my choices serve my AU. I don't know. I just think we should accept that there are many good ways to make a story, and not every change made to canon is fixing so much as exploring other ways it could have been done. How do you not burn out making comics this long? I actually do. I do burn out. The idea that I don't is a conspiracy. I think the difference is that I burn out in smaller ways, on a smaller scale, and I typically have the backlog necessary to keep posting. There's this way to think about burnout as an inevitable predator chasing you, like you're an artist and burnout will happen eventually no matter what, so you better work harder now so that you can get all that art out of you and then just crash and let the thing eat you from the inside out because you can't fight it. But I think burnout is less of a phenomenon and an illness, but more just like sleep for the imaginary part of your brain. I have 24 hours in the day, but I do not spend all those 24 being active. I sleep for at least 7 of them, or 8 if I can. I know that sleep is an inevitable but good part of my day. I don't have to keep doing things. I can just lay down and not do things for a while. I think many of us look forward to sleep, especially if we're tired. So why don't we look forward to having a non-productive period in our art as well? I guess maybe I'm explaining this incorrectly. Burnout is not the same thing as taking a natural break from art. I guess burnout would be more like passing out in your mashed potatoes after pulling 3 all-nighters, so in that sense it's less like sleep and more like crashing. But I guess my point is, allowing yourself to have a creative sleep period is important to prevent burnout long-term. You need to allow yourself to just not create. I often do so as well. There are days and weeks I sometimes go without touching the comic because I just cannot think of it. The difference is that it's less visible because I usually still have stuff I'd made previously that I post little by little. But if you follow my Patreon, you know that I don't post on a set schedule. Sometimes it'll take me a week to put out the next episode, and sometimes it'll take over a month. Anyway, here we are. We are almost done with the poster. The full art is available on my Patreon if you're curious, along with a whole bunch of extra bonus goods for the AU, as well as early episodes for those who are on the $2 tier. I love working on this comic, of course, but it takes up a lot of my time, so if you have extra cash to support me, I appreciate it. No pressure, though. I know we got all other stuff that we all gotta pay for. Thanks for tagging along, and I'll see you in the next one. Tapas? Tapas? Tapas. Tapas.
Mouth noises. Mouth noises.
That's probably going in the blooper reel at the back. What? Yeah, gross mouth noises. I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna burp. Where's it? Where's the burp? Oh, it's not gonna happen.